Now, I had to go through all these pages to find this, so I'm just going to read it and go through it. It's pretty easy. This will stop all the conjecture. If you have ears, open them. If you don't, well, that's your problem, not mine. All right. Gotta get comfortable. All right. Then God remembered Noah and whatever was with him in the ark, all the wild animals, all the cattle, all the birds, and all the creeping things. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the water subsided. The fountains of the deep and the floodgates of heaven were also yeah, just ruin everything. You stupid thing. Oh, where was I? Mountains were seen. So it came to pass at the end of the 40. So it came to pass at the end of 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark he had made. Then he sent out a raven, which kept going to and fro until the waters dried up from the earth. He also sent out from himself a dove to see if the waters had receded from the face of the ground. But the dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot, and she returned. Dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot, and she returned to him in the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and took her, and brought her to himself in the ark. Then he waited yet another 7 days, and again he sent out the dove from the ark. The dove returned to him in the evening, and behold, a freshly plucked olive leaf was in her mouth. And Noah knew the waters had receded from the earth, so he waited yet another 7 days. And again, and again, and again, and again, he sent out the dove. However, she did not return to him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year of Noah's life, and the first month of the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked. And indeed the surface of the ground was dry. Now in the second month of the 27th day of the month, the earth was dried. Then the Lord God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your wife, and your sons and their wives with you. Also bring out with you every living thing of all flesh, bird and cattle, and every creeping thing that moves upon the earth, so they may abound on earth, and increase and multiply on the earth. So Noah went out along with his wife and his sons and their wives, every animal, every bird, and every creeping thing that moves upon the earth according to their kind went out of the ark. Then Noah built an altar to God and took of every clean animal and of every clean bird and offered whole burnt offerings on the altar. So the Lord God smelled a sweet aroma. Then the Lord God thought it over and said, I will never again curse the earth because of man's work works, although the mind of man is diligently involved with evil things from his youth. Nor will I again destroy every living thing as I have done, while the earth remains seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and spring shall not cease by day or by night. Genesis chapter 9. Thus God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, increase and multiply and fill the earth and have dominion over it. For the dread and fear of you shall be upon all the wild animals of the earth, all the birds of heaven, all that move upon the earth, and all the fish of the sea. I have put them under your authority. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. I have given you all things, even as I did the green herbs, but you shall not eat flesh with its lifeblood. Surely for your lifeblood I will demand a reckoning. From the hand of all the wild animals I will require it, and I will require the life of man at the hand of. But you shall not eat flesh with its lifeblood. Surely for your lifeblood it will demand a reckoning. From the hand of all wild animals I will require it, and will require the life of man at the hand of his fellow man. Whoever sheds man's blood, by man his blood shall be shed, because I made man in God's image. So then increase and multiply and fill the earth and have dominion over it. Then God spoke to Noah and his sons with him, saying, behold, I am establishing my covenant with you and with your seed and with your seed after you, and every living creature with you, the birds, the cattle, and all the wild animals of the earth, of all that came out of the ark with you. Thus I will establish my covenant with you, and never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, nor shall there ever again be a flood to destroy the earth. Then the Lord God said to Noah, this is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you for perpetual generations. I am setting my rainbow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. It shall be when I bring a cloud over the earth, the rainbow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. The water shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. My rainbow shall be in the cloud, and I will certainly remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh on the earth. Again, God said to Noah, this is the sign of the covenant I established between me and all flesh on earth. Now the sons of Noah who went out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Japheth and Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the whole earth was populated. The whole earth was populated. Then Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard. So he drank of the wine and was drunk and naked in the house. Now Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and walking backwards, they covered their father's nakedness, since their faces were turned away. They did not see his nakedness. Thus, when Noah became sober and knew what his younger son had done to him, he said, cursed be Canaan. A servant shall he be to his brothers. He also said, blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the habitation of Shem. Let Canaan be his servant as well. Do you get no idea? Shem, Canaan, and Japheth. He's telling Cam, you're the servant of Shem. And what else does he say here? And Japheth, and let him dwell in the habitation of Shem. So he's only got to dwell there, whereas Canaan's got to be a servant of Shem. Now Noah lived there 350 years after the flood, so all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Now this is the genealogy of Noah's sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Elisa, Tebei, Machesh, and Tyrus. The sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Ripath, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan were Elishan, Tashish, and Kittim, and Rhodeans. From these, the coastal nations were separated into their lands, each according to his language, in their tribes and nations. The sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put. The sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush were Seba, Havlah, Sabta, Rama, and Saptisha. Saptika. And the sons of Raman were Sheba and Dedan. Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a giant on the earth. He was a giant, a hunter before the Lord God. Therefore, they would say, as Nimrod the giant, the hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babylon, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Shinar. From that land he went to Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Kala, I think it'd be Kala, and Resen between Nineveh and Kala, the principal city. Mizraim begat Ludum, Anamim, Lehabim, Nephtuhim. Oh man, they got some Naphtuhim, Naphtuhim, Pathrusim, Casluhim, from whom came the Philistines and the Caporon. Oh man, they got all of their silent letters here. You got to figure out how they pronounce it. Capturum. Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and the Gittite, the Jebusite, the Amorite, and the Girgashite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite. Afterward, the tribes of the Canaanites were dispersed, and the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon as you go toward Gerar, as far as Gaza, then as you go toward Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim. Zeboim, as far as Lasha. These were the sons of Ham, according to their tribes, according to their languages, in their countries, and in their nations. Now sons were also born to Shem, himself the father of all sons, of Eber, the brother of Japheth. The elder, the sons of Shem, were Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, Aram, Canaan. The sons, they've got a different way of saying Canaan again. So Canaan, the sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arphaxad begot Canaan, and Canaan begot Salah, and Salah begot Eber. Two sons were born to Eber, the name of one Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided, and his brother name was Joktan. Joktan begot Almadad, Sheleph, Hazarmaveth, Jira, Hadoram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. I'd say it'd be Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwelling place was from Mesha as you go toward Sephar, the mountain of the east. There were the sons of Shem, according to their tribes, according to their language, in their countries, according to their nations. These were the tribes of Noah's sons, according to their genealogy, in their nations. And from these, the coastal nations were divided on earth after the flood. So the originals, like all these people, are the original people of the earth. That's what I think they're trying to say. The Tower of Babel. Now the whole earth was on. Now the whole earth was one language and one speech, and it came to pass as they journeyed from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and dwelt there. Then they said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and bake them with fire." They had brick for stone and asphalt for mortar. They also said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top will reach to heaven, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower the sons of man built. Then the Lord said, "Indeed, the people are one race and one language, and they have begun to do what they said. Now they will not fail to accomplish what they have undertaken. Come, let us go down there and confuse their language, so they may not understand one another's speech." So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of all the earth, and they ceased building the city and the tower. Therefore, its name is called Babel, because the Lord confused the languages of all the earth, and from there the Lord God scattered them abroad over the face of the earth. And you know why he did that? Because they were trying to define God by making a tower towards heaven. Now in the genealogy of now this is the genealogy of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and got Arphax 2 years after the flood. After he begot Arphax, Shem lived 500 years and begot sons and daughters, and he died. Now Arphax lived 135 years and begot Canaan, and after he begot Canaan, Arphax lived 430 years and begot sons and daughters, and he died. Then Canaan lived 130 years and begot Salah. So after he begot Salah, Canaan lived 335 years. 330 years, and begot sons and daughters, and he died. Now Salah lived 130 years and begot Eber. After he begot Eber, Salah lived 330 years and begot sons and daughters, and he died. Now Eber lived 134 years and begot Peleg. And after he begot Peleg, Eber lived 370 years and begot sons and daughters, and he died. Now Peleg lived 130 years and begot Ru. And after he begot Ru, Peleg lived 209 years and begot sons and daughters, and he died. Now Ru lived 132 years and begot Serug. And after he begot Serug, Ru lived 207 years and begot sons and daughters, and he died. Now Serug lived, I hope that's out like Serug, so it looks like Serug to me, lived 130 years and begot Nahor. And after he begot Nahor, Serug lived 200 years and begot sons and daughters, and oh man, sorry, excuse me. Nahor lived 79 years and begot Terah. And after he begot Terah, Nahor lived 129 years, and he begot sons and daughters, and he died. Now Terah lived 70 years and begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran? It sounds like you're speaking. Yeah. Now this is the genealogy of Terah. Terah begot Abraham, Nahor. Now this is the genealogy of Terah. Terah begot Abraham, and Nahor, and Haran. And Haran begot Lot. So Haran died before his father Terah in his native land, and in his native land in Ur of the Chaldeans. Then Abram and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarah, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and Iscah. But Sarah was barren and had no child. Sarah was barren and had no child. Now Terah took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarah, his son Abraham's wife, and led them out of Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. And they came to Haran. And they came to Haran and dwelt there. So the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Now the Lord said to Abraham, "Get out of your country, from your kindred, and from your father's house to a land I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you, and in you all the tribes of the earth shall be blessed." Then Abraham departed as the Lord said to him, and Lot went with him. Now Abraham was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. So Abraham took Sarah, his wife, and Lot, his brother's son, and all their possessions, and every soul they acquired in Haran, and they departed for the land of Canaan. Thus they came to the land of Canaan. Abraham passed through the land to the place of Shechem, as far as the oak of Moreh, and the Canaanites were there. Oak of Moreh, and the Canaanites were then in the land. Then the Lord appeared to Abraham and said, to your seed I will give this land. And there Abraham built an altar to the Lord who appeared to him. So he moved from there to the mountain east of Bethel, and he pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. And there he built an altar to the Lord and called on the name of the Lord. Then Abraham journeyed, going on still. Then Abraham journeyed, going on still toward the south. Now there was a famine in the land, and Abraham went down to Egypt to dwell there, for the famine was severe in the land. Therefore the famine in the land was severe there. So it came to pass, when he was close to entering Egypt, that he said to Sarah his wife, "Indeed, I know you are a beautiful woman. Therefore it will happen, when the Egyptians see you, so they will say, 'This is his wife,' and they will kill me, but they will let you live. Therefore say, 'You are my sister,' that it may be well with me for your sake, and I may live because of you." So it was when Abraham came into Egypt, the Egyptians saw the woman, that she was very beautiful. The princess of Pharaoh also saw her and commanded her to Pharaoh. Then the woman was taken to Pharaoh's house. Then he treated Abraham well for her sake, and gave him sheep, oxen, donkeys, male and female servants, mules and camels. But the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. So Pharaoh called Abraham and said, "What is this you have done to me? Why did you not tell me she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister? I might have taken her as my wife. Now therefore here is your wife. Take her and go your way." So Pharaoh commanded his men concerning Abraham, and they sent him away with his wife and all he had. Genesis 8 to 12. Yeah. Genesis 8 to 12. Read it. And then I'll go to the next one. Now, listen to this. Genesis 16. Now Sarah, Abraham's wife, bore him no children, but she had an Egyptian maidservant whose name was Hagar. Okay, where'd she come from again? Egyptian. Egypt. She was an Egyptian. So yeah, and then you know where Abraham comes from. So end of story. God bless. Praise Jesus. Have a good day.